I wanted to talk about divine feminine energy coming from someone with complete androgen insensitivity syndrome. So, yeah, I think for me, I'm someone who's experimented a lot because I have complete androgen sensitivity syndrome. Like, I don't respond to androgens, and I'm like, the mad scientist in me was like, okay, to my endocrinologist, like, let's experiment with testosterone. And that was interesting. It was my CrossFit era. Now I love doing HIIT, like, workouts, like stuff that BS models do, but also like Pilates sometimes, like combination, and like a combination of high and low intensity. But now I'm on estradiol, and like I feel like body-wise, so it does a very similar thing, because like aromatization, you can convert testosterone to estrogen, otherwise it just floats around my body. But the problem is with me is when I was 4, I had my gonads removed because of appendicitis and infection, and that's why I needed the hormone treatment when I was like in high school. I should have done it even like middle school, high school, and then I stopped because I had a lot of identity issues and feeling insecure, body dysmorphia. I had an eating disorder in high school. I was also anorexic for a while, but I think that's another topic I'm going to get into, body dysmorphia from someone with complete androgen insensitivity syndrome, and like gender dysphoria in a way, but like I've always felt female, but also like androgynous. So like, first of all, it's impossible for someone with our condition to transition, but second of all, most of us are straight, and like I would say I'm 90% straight sometimes into woman, but that's like, I've never had experience though. But so if you're in the market, I'm just kidding. I am talking to someone I really like, but so yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, so the whole like, hold on, I'm like blushing. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to what I was saying, but basically I'm preparing to do a coffee enema right now, and I don't give a fuck what haters have to say. Yeah, I do coffee enemas. It's good for like digestion, weight loss, constipation, but like it's just good. I did it since college. It's actually a long ass story. It's kind of funny, but I just feel cleaner, and I know a lot of like people that like health people on YouTube do it, and I don't really give a fuck, so I'm gonna be out and open about it. So I'm about to pour some hot water in a coffee mug, and then, like, you wanna see? Hot water, coffee mug. Well, I don't have a coffee mug right now, so. And use like an enema tool. It's like it's not a tool, it's like an enema like squirter thing. And then I'm just gonna wait for the coffee to cool a bit, because you don't want to burn your bosom. Holy shit! This did not break, thank the freaking Lord. If this broke, I don't know what the fuck I would have done. This is great, whatever it is, or whatever the fuck this weird ass material is. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a coffee enema and then start my day after a workout. But I have this whole morning routine, and I have some skits ideas as well when I take a little break from magazine work. So yeah. Oh, but back to what I was saying about the whole like divine feminine thing is like, since I got an estradiol, I feel like the type of people that I'm attracted to and I attract are very different. It's more like a good fine-tuned balance of divine feminine and divine masculine, because each of us have both, and I would say people with my condition have more divine masculine than most, but then getting on estradiol, I think like it helped me embrace my divine feminine, because it's kind of like a, I don't know if it's a paradox or if it's kind of like ironic. I should really know this, but I don't. But like it's one of those where it's like we have like the XY chromosome, so mentally we can think in a masculine sense. For example, sometimes I question myself if I am a girl's girl, because like I have a lot of girlfriends and a lot of guy friends. I would say as I've gotten older, and I think I had like a glow up since I was like 21, and then got into modeling. Like I also want to talk about puberty for people with CAIS, because my glow up and like everything was like 21 actually. So, and like I feel like that's when my bone structure got more defined. It's also when I incorporated more seafood, but anyways. But yeah, so but I keep going on these tangents. So fuck. I don't know if I should cuss or not, but I probably will. I don't know. I mean, I'm talking about enemas. Is that like Disney? But yeah, so back to what I was saying is like it's like I think it's a paradox, okay, is that even though we have XY chromosomes, can think in a masculine and a feminine sense, we are female appearing, and because we don't have any testosterone, because men and women, normal ones, have both, and like women have some testosterone normally too, and like I found out that a lot of the really ripped ones have testosterone dominance, you know, and the bigger boobs, curves, more estrogen. So that's also why like I wanted like, so like emphasizing how it's a paradox, because like since we have 0% testosterone like end product, we only have estrogen. That's why we don't get acne, and like the bone structures from the XY chromosome, but yeah, we don't get any acne, and the XY chromosome makes us taller, but no acne, no hair down there, and no hair up here. And I do have body hair, I have like arm and leg hair, but what's really funny is if you are a carrier for my genetic condition, you will have 0 arm and leg hair, like my mom and my sister. So the carriers, and it runs on the mom side of the family, have 0 body hair, which is crazy, but they do have hair down there and here. So it's like funny, right? So yeah, but that's another, I just went on like 5 tangents. This is, my ADHD is so bad. I want to tell my fucking, I cursed again, shrink, that like, hey, like I know you think like the Lamictal's been like really helping me with like whatever PTSD, whatever anxiety, but that's, I still have ADHD for sure, and I still need like no, but I don't want to get on ADHD meds, so never mind, scratch this whole thing. So yeah, I'm just waiting for my coffee enema to cool down, and then but yeah, so it's funny because like there's that article, I brought it up before, where it said like the perfect female is genetically male because of this like special condition. It was about this guy that met this girl who was recruited as a runway model in his gender studies class, and she came out about it, which was really brave, especially at the time, because it was probably like 15 years ago, and like I was so afraid of coming out about it and like didn't know anyone. And then I finally moved to LA, and like I met so many people even online and across the globe that have this condition, and I embraced it and came out about it. I also have a past of, some part of my past I'm not proud of like being in politics, and like I am like very moderate, but like I was a little bit extreme at one point, so I can talk about that too, and how my brain works with our condition, and how my brain specifically works, and how that affects my political beliefs. I should put that as a sticky note so I don't forget, but you guys can hold me accountable to make that video. But yeah, another tangent. So also, fuck, I have so many tangents right now. I'm just gonna move some of this content to like a reel. But yeah, so that's why like we are like, I've asked my friends, even when it's on testosterone, even when I've asked guys, you know, that I've gone on dates with and guy friends that are like, no, you're like very feminine. Even though I try to be androgynous and like non-binary, like I don't want to say non-binary, but I was like playing around with that. Like I was just trying to be androgynous because like of fashion and like the whole androgynous vibe, like edgy. I've always been edgy. Personality too, right? So, but I've always felt like an alien, and like that's like non-gender-y. But you know, I guess like everyone was still like, no, you're like feminine and you're like, you have a soft voice and it's calming, and like your things that you do, like I have very motherly instincts. Like I was always the designated driver. I would take care of my friends if they got sick or didn't feel well while we went out. You know, I would watch out for people. I like, kids love me, kids and animals. So like, even though I love kids more now, I used to babysit and tutor, but I never really liked kids, but like they really liked hanging out with me. And like this one kid I tutored, and like most of the time we didn't even do homework. Like I might have just given him answers and then we would play bananagrams, and like I'm pretty and I still got paid like for tutoring, which is more than babysitting, and the parents and au pair were home anyway, so it was just like to play bananagrams. But he had a crush on me, and the parents were cool with us just like hanging out, because I think he really was like, oh, I really want her to like tutor me. But we just played bananagrams, okay? So yeah, so what was I saying? So yeah, motherly instincts, and like, so yeah, but being on estradiol has made my mental shift into way more feminine and being more, but I'm also like still a girl boss. I just have realized that like we can't do everything ourselves always, and men and women really need each other. I had a really good conversation with my friend who we were all on this morning show for a fashion segment. It's called Mañana Latina. It's with our agent. She runs like a show, and you know, this beautiful Quebecian, is that a thing, from Canada, blonde model. She also is a businesswoman. We were talking, like we could have made that a podcast backstage, but about like, yeah, like I said, she was like, yeah, like being, we're so taught to be like, oh, girl boss, like independent woman, and then we forget that like men and women, like men need women and women need men to build the maximum wealth, the best empire, right? So I've started to embrace that more, and even just like with my guy friends, like working as a team, because my business partners, right? And like I was always like one of the few girls, if sometimes only girl, of like a large like engineering team when I was a software engineer. So like I know I get along with guys really well, and I can be like a bro as well. That's another video I gotta make, is like sometimes I wonder if I'm a girl's girl. But so many other videos I got ideas for, and I just got to write them all down, but then I don't want to look at all of the notes. Okay, this probably might not go in this vlog, but it's gonna be a separate video. But there is I heard this theory about ADHD. It's that all of us have ADHD, and our parents' generation, the boomers, are actually all retarded. Well, our grandparents and parents. So it's because, fuck, am I gonna get canceled for saying that word? But like, I mean it actually. But we talk about boomers in a way like they are that, like, you know, dumb, because they're out of touch with our current politics and current life. But still, I don't know, don't cancel me again for the 20th fucking time, please. But just kidding, I don't give a fuck if you cancel me again. So the theory is that like the older generation, like, you know how like a lot of like they say like, oh yeah, our new generation, Gen Z, is like, and millennials, like I'm like the very end of millennial, beginning of Gen Z. So like they're always like, yeah, like we're dumb, but like we can say the same thing about the older generation. But the older generation, no, they say that our generation is all ADHD and like, you know, like TikTok brain and whatever. But the theory is that we are actually normal, and our older generations, like the boomers and shit, they are the stupid ones. And it's because of lead, like lead poisoning in like, you know how like we banned like asbestos and like all of that stuff, but like during industrialization we didn't know about all that stuff because we didn't have all the data, the science about like, hey, this is bad for you, this is bad for you, there's chemicals in the air, we gotta do this, and like you can't put paint in lead, bro, like you just can't. But besides paint, and they probably still had lead paint poisoning, you know, because kids are always touching the walls. So like the older generation has brain damage. Simple as that. And that's why we're always like, oh yeah, back then, like the parents and grandparents were like doctors and lawyers and business people, and well, mainly like back then the competition was not that fierce because so many people have brain damage that like it's like the bar to, pun intended, the bar for the bar exam, being a lawyer, and like all of the statistics, the outliers, right, the normal curve, like the median was way down here because people were brain damaged and stupid. So that was like the new average. And then if you're a little bit more, you're literally doctor, lawyer. So that's actually a really interesting theory. And so that's also why like big pharma wants to just like give us all Adderall and, you know, Ritalin and Vyvanse. And I had a really toxic ex that like was like, you can't do this, I don't want you like even like doing this, like all like even legal, like smoking in California, weed is legal. He was cool with psychedelics, but like he was like, if you do any of these, like we're over. And like he used that to control me, because then he then also was like, you need a prescription for this, and like you should prescribe this, stop vaping, and you should like take Vyvanse instead of Adderall because your ADHD is like all over the place and not treated well. But guess what? I did, and had horrible side effects, and I'll get into another story about narcissists and getting rid of them for permanently from your path. Okay, but I just went on another tangent in a tangent video, but I wanted to say that, and this video is about ADHD, but I wanted to say that ADHD is not that bad. It's actually normal for our generation, but we think it's actually normal for everyone. And it's because in the wild, like you're gonna be in fight or flight. You're literally a fucking caveman or cave girl, right? And you're just like, oh my gosh, snake, oh my gosh, like bear, oh my gosh, like wolf, we should be friends, you know? So in the wild, like literally we had to do that shit. So we're always like hunting and running away and chasing. So yeah, you're gonna need ADHD. And one of my best friends also, she is older, so like she's more life experience. And she's like, you know, our ADHD brain is a fucking superpower because we're able to handle and do so many things. And like sometimes like people that don't have ADHD, and yes, I still believe that ADHD might have been exacerbated, but from like the red food dye and stuff, but I still believe this theory. So she's like, yeah, because she's like has an MBA, is like single mom that does all this crazy shit. Like she models, she's a pro surfer, I'll link her too. She's a pro surfer, she has worked like 3 jobs at a time, but like she does like marketing stuff, but also works for like Dolce & Gabbana, all these like high fashion brands, and travels like all the time and is so well connected. But she's like, yeah, it's like our ADHD brain that helps us. And I know another modelpreneur that also I'll link, and she also has ADHD and doesn't like to take the meds, but like she does so much too. Like she started modeling later in life, became Miss California, was also an optometrist, and now a homeopathic doctor and influencer with the modeling because she got so much like admiration. And she's been on like Harper's Bazaar and Vogue like after 60, and she looks like 40. So I would love to interview her for this channel, so I'm gonna ask her that too. So I'm gonna get ready to take a shower. The coffee enema is cooling down, so that's cool. I'm gonna go over all of that stuff, right? Very soon. Very soon. Hey guys, so I am not wearing an chair, but I'm just like sending some sexy pics too. So yeah, I'll like procrastinate right before doing something, but I always get shit like on fleek. You know, I work the best under pressure and deadlines like that, which is why I worked with startups for 5 years, and I love that startup mentality. And now I kind of have a startup of my own, like an LLC. I'm like such a entrepreneur girl boss because I have an LLC now, so you better watch out. Anyways, so the good thing is like for example, I'm procrastinating a little bit, and I don't know why. I always procrastinate like the last like 1% of stuff. Do one last step with the magazine and upload it to Lulu, but also make a spine for it, and it's just so annoying and like tedious, but it's easy. And then I gotta make comp cards. I'm gonna make a comp card for Duke, my dog. He's a dog model. Oh yeah, I gotta introduce you guys. He's not in this daily vlog yet, but I also ordered shoes for him because his feet get hot in the summer in Canoga Park. We call it Canoga Park CP because it's like New York, you know, like I Heart New York, I Heart CP. We're gonna make t-shirts. Can't wait. Literally everyone and their mother lives in Canoga Park. It's like the best part of LA. I know it's technically not LA, it's a San Fernando Valley, but like, you know, it's like amazing. I love Canoga Park CP. But anyways, so my tangent / my ADHD brain is like, me and Duke, make a comp card for him, then I'm gonna make my comp card. See, I'm literally procrastinating making my own comp card. I took my measurements, I went down a little, so that's good, but I want to take them again, but I'm gonna make my comp card right now with my measurements now, and then I'm gonna make them again by, you know, in like 30 days, in the end of the month, so I can have that to print out to bring to New York Fashion Week. But for right now, I gotta apply to online stuff, and I'm procrastinating that shit too because I can't fly until I have my new comp card. How I'm gonna procrastinate right now, at least, is like I do other productive things. Like, to me, even posting is productive, like on Instagram, because like I'll do a little segment or a little thing about like a paragraph, and like it helps me just like feel in tune with my brand and my my gender identity stuff and femininity stuff, and like it just helps me like talk to someone, because like I am very extroverted, but I'm also like I like also hanging out by myself, you know. I'm a Gemini and I'm like an ambivert, so I need some time to like reflect. And then it's like I'm giving this week, I want to have like a week of like, because it's the heat wave, so like I'm gonna do these daily vlogs with you guys and get into this tuned routine of like doing this for a week, and then I am gonna jump back into going to more events and socializing more. And it's like perfect timing, because then I think that after this week, the weekend, I have like a fashion show and then some other stuff and more prep, but I'm just getting in the routine of getting into New York Fashion Week mode, which I'm so excited for, but also like, it's like in like 2 years since I went last, and 2.5, because I never did September. I only did February twice. But yeah, I'm excited and getting ready and pumped in like my diet routine, getting measurements down, being an Ostro vegan, talking more about my brand and my LLC, and being like a modelpreneur. And I'm gonna show you guys my friends and like people that are cool around me, but like I'm gonna be alone, like more isolated right now for a week. It's like camp, like summer camp, and I've been loving that. I love that HIIT workout I just did, so I'm gonna do that, and like cross train a little bit more. And yeah, so I am excited to do. I am planning on doing these daily vlogs from now. It's like August 1st up until New York Fashion Week, which will be like August up to August 15th is over, and then we'll see what happens from there. And then yeah, my August is looking pretty busy already, and then getting ready and all this shit, it's gonna be crazy. And then you guys are gonna be holding me accountable if I'm daily vlogging and making sure I don't procrastinate too much and get my shit done, like the Lulu cover thing, spine thing, so we can have issue 4 of Gord de la Reine at Barnes & Noble as well.
Babe, wanna leave this town. I'm saying, whatever, if you wanna go, I'm down.